to 2007, there was a historic lawyers' movement. It wasn't a movement for the restoration of judges. It was a struggle which symbolizes the topic. The civil society and people of this country dreamt of a judiciary that would be independent, impartial, protect the human rights, and strengthen democracy. That was the historic movement led by the lawyers. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2007, Justice Wajiuddin Ahmed was with me in that movement, and he said probably history would have been different if we had entertained your petition. I go back to 1954. Soon after the independence was rooted in democracy. Soon after the independence, the first test of the judiciary came up before it. It was the Tamizuddin Khan case. And it came before the Sindh Chief Court. How many in the audience knows the names of those honorable judges who had rendered that first landmark judgment? How many can anyone raise the hands? It was, again, you see, nobody knows. Nobody knows, the civil society does not know. That was the first test, and the judiciary should be proud of that. The bench was led by the Chief Justice, Justice George Constantine. And the other honorable judges were Justice Bachel, Justice Bakhsh, and Justice Vilyani. Thank you, Mr. Ali Ahmed Kurd. You have changed the theme of this conference. That honorable court rendered that landmark judgment. Had it not been deplorably reversed by the federal court, led by Justice Munir, the future of this country would have been very different. That is from where democracy was derailed. Democracy was destroyed. And I, as the Chief Justice, cannot blame anyone. And from there on, it was the Doso case, then the other case, Mohtarma Nusrat Bhutto's case, then Zafar Ali Shah case. All those judgments are part of history. Now we can't erase them from the history. These judgments were responsible for making and enabling those that have been referred to by Mr. Ali Ahmed Kurd to exercise their power. What can be more regrettable for an institution that an elected Prime Minister an honorable judge of that bench conceded that he was hanged because there was pressure. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ali Ahmed Kurd, yes, as a judicial organ of the state, we must not bury our head in the sand. We can't refuse to accept our mistakes. We have changed the course of history of this country. The authoritarian rules, half of the life of Pakistan's existence is based on authoritarian rules. Regressive governments have destroyed fundamental rights and suppressed freedoms. But this struggle cannot be taken up by the judiciary on its own. The other players are equally important. It reminds me of the Bill of Rights of the Massachusetts Constitution of 1780. And in that, John Adams had identified the two most important rights: the right to have access to an independent court and free press. But when I say free press, it has to be an independent free press and media, not controlled by proprietors having vested interests. This is the advantage of speaking the truth, Ali Ahmed Kurd, that you have at least started the dialogue. Yes, we all are responsible. We all are responsible, but the buck stops at us, we the judicial organ. Every organ, whether it's the media, whether it's the civil society, whether it's the bars, every one of us have to look inwards. If there is no free media, free speech, there wouldn't be any independence of judiciary. They are interdependent. But the media has to be responsible. But I'm not a pessimist. I'm an optimist. I can assure this gathering on behalf of the Islamabad High Court that we have the resolve not to repeat our mistakes, not to bury our heads in the sand. It is our duty and our responsibility that we earn the respect and confidence of the people who are the real stakeholders of this institution. I hope the others would follow suit. There are many other things that I could say, but again, thank you, Mr. Ali Ahmed Kurd, for letting me speak the truth. Thank you very much.